What's going on, guys? Welcome to Workout A. And this was a fantastic workout, guys. Absolutely incredible workout. I hit some good personal records. I was feeling real good. So I kicked things off with some incline bench. I actually messed around and did 3 straight sets of 6 to 8 reps on incline bench today. And I actually really liked it, guys. And I'm pretty convinced that I found the best way to structure full body twice per week training, because I've been experimenting, as you guys know, with lots of different shit. And I'm convinced that I found the best way to structure it in terms of like overlap and making sure like what are the best exercises to group together. I'm pretty fucking sure I found the best way to do it. So I'm in a fucking fantastic mood today, guys, because one of my subscribers, one of my, he's kind of my dog. We go back and forth here and there once in a while on Instagram. He put me on to these things called voodoo floss bands, guys. And holy shit, I'm still mind blown. Like, I used these voodoo floss bands about an hour ago and I'm still mind blown, guys. You guys know I struggle with extremely bad knee pain, bad knee inflammation, lots of swelling, lots of like arthritis, inflammation related stuff in my knees. So these voodoo floss bands, man, my man Gabriel, he texted me, he's like, man, like I've been struggling with some inflammation in my knees, like voodoo floss bands really helped me. And I was like, okay, no way a couple pair of fucking rubber bands are gonna be getting rid of my knee inflammation right here. And boys, I fucking tried these voodoo floss bands out, and I feel like all the inflammation, all the swelling that I felt in my knees over the years literally disappeared within 30 mother effing seconds. I'm not even shitting you guys. Like, I am so mind blown at these fucking things, guys. You essentially, like, you guys got to search it up on YouTube. Search up voodoo floss for the knees if you have knee problems. I literally wrapped my knees with these bands, did some squats, took the bands off, and then what happens is that you compress your knees, and then when you take off the bands after having done some movements, whether it's squats, whatever, you can use it for multiple different joints. Essentially, when you take it off, there's a bunch of like blood that just rushes into the area, into the joint that needs like restoration, however the fuck you say that. So that's what I did, man. And I was mind blown, guys. 10 minutes before, my knees were so fucked. Like, I could barely get into a squat position. And you guys know, like, my squat depth is terrible because of my knee problems. And I was literally able to squat ass to grass with almost no pain in my knees after I used these voodoo floss bands. And I'm not even shitting you guys. Within 30 seconds, I felt no fucking pain in my knees whatsoever. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have pain in my knees because the fucked up thing is that the knee pain that I have is really 2 different kinds of pain. One is like the deep swelling and inflammation, like deep inside my knees. And then the other pain is like this like, it almost feels like a bruise on the inside bone of your knees. Like if you were to touch the inside of your knees right now, that kind of bone on like the very inside, like I just feel like I have a constant, really painful bruise there. Like, it's the weirdest pain, guys, and like it prevents me from being able to really squat down. And it's like having a constant, like, extremely painful bruise on your knee bone, except it's not a bruise, it's inflammation. So it's fucked up, but like, I'm still working on trying to heal that. But in terms of getting the swelling and the inflammation, like the fluid out of my knees, like literally within 30 seconds, guys, it was all fucking gone. But anyways, back to the workout here, boys. I hit some Romanian deadlifts here. I was like pooped after these Romanian deadlifts, man. But anyways, like the incline bench went really well doing the three straight sets. And I've been talking to some of my followers on this as I'm like revamping some of my close clients that I go back and forth with here and there on like Instagram DMs and stuff, the guys who are running my program. And I kind of talk, like I stay in touch with them, and I make sure like I keep up to date with like how things are going for them and like the changes I'm planning on making, what's working for me and stuff like that. And so I've come to realize that I feel like straight sets work really well on a lot of upper body presses. I'm not like, I don't know, like, to be honest with you guys, I don't think things like reverse pyramid training or like the top set back off set style has that many more benefits than just doing straight sets. And I know this sounds crazy because I used to advocate, doing reverse pyramid training. I was like big on it, but I really don't think it makes that big of a fucking difference, guys, to be honest with you. Like, building muscle, building strength is not that complex. I think it's not like the rep ranges you use and like all of that is not that important. The style of training, it's not that important. As long as you're getting stronger over time and you're progressively overloading your lifts, you're training with proper form, you're getting a good stretch on the exercises you're doing, like eating properly, sleeping properly. As long as you're doing that sort of shit, guys, like you're gonna be getting bigger and stronger. This whole like fucking obsession, I get myself caught up in it here and there as well, like obsessing with like little minor details. So once you have the basics down, all that you really focus on, like, let's get this fucking straight, guys. Let's get this straight. I want to clear this up, okay? A lot of the stuff that people talk about in YouTube fitness, on social media, is literally the last, like, 5%. It's literally the last 5% of, like, gains. Think about that. A lot of the stuff, the most popular topics in YouTube fucking fitness, guys, are just the last 5% of gains. When it like training splits, training styles, fucking rep tempo, all this different stuff. This is like the last 5%. Here's the problem. People focus on the 5% instead of the 95%, which is fucking basics. Basics, getting stronger, training big basic compound movements, resting, recuperating, sleeping enough, eating enough. Guys, for fuck's sake. This is the fucking 95%, yet the fitness industry is focused on the 5%. Training splits, training styles, tempo, all this fucking bullshit, guys. Like, fuck, I even get myself caught up in it here and there. Like, I'm focusing on, like, I've been thinking to myself, like, what am I doing, like, thinking about this, like, this big, like, argument between, like, straight sets or reverse pyramid training. Like, it doesn't really fucking matter that much, guys. Like, if you're fucking doing pyramid training and you're starting light and working up to a heavy set, then that's obviously dog shit. But, like, little details, like these little details don't matter. Like if you're starting light, building up to like a so-called heavy set that's not really a heavy set, then I mean, fuck, like that's obviously terrible. But if you have some common sense and you know that you should be starting, heavy, which is basically what you do with both straight sets and reverse pyramid training, it's like, it doesn't really fucking matter that much, man. But the thing I love about straight sets is that it allows you to get in some good quality sets, but without going so intense. Like I personally believe sometimes that like reverse pyramid training is unnecessarily intense. And I find that like when you're going really heavy on a heavy upper body press, like bench or overhead press, it's so easy to let your form go because you're so caught up in lifting that heavy weight and you don't get the same like quality reps in there. And I feel like when you're starting with like straight sets on like on a bench press or an overhead press or like a Romanian deadlift, like it just, I don't know, man. I think you get a higher quality of workload from set to set. And a lot of, especially for beginners, I think like straight sets are kind of better, I really do, because a lot of times like beginners don't know how to train hard yet. They're not neuromuscularly efficient in the exercises that they're doing. They don't even know how to recruit the muscle fibers that they're trying to work. So therefore they need a few sets to accrue a higher quality workload. Like one set all taken to failure, like this whole Mike Menser, Dorian Yates thing, like sure, it's all fine and dandy in theory, guys, but like a beginner is not going to do fuck all with one set to failure. It's not going to do jack shit. It's not at all. Like a beginner, even intermediate, guys, needs a few sets with, a good enough weight to be able to accrue enough workload to actually produce like an adaptation to produce muscle and strength gains. So like, I don't know, man, like this is just some shit to think about here. But anyways, man, this workout was fucking fantastic. This is my favorite tricep exercise. I'm realizing these barbell skull crushers, absolutely phenomenal. I used to love doing the extensions where you really bring the bar back behind your neck. But I really find that like the barbell tricep skull crusher is really like the best for my triceps. Be careful with it if you have shitty elbows, but it's a great exercise. I like to do a couple sets, 10 to 12. This is some hanging leg raises. I've started to introduce some ab work. This is my favorite ab exercise. If you want to throw in some core work, then this is probably the best, along with ab wheel rollouts. But yeah, man, this workout was absolutely fantastic. Hit some good progression. I'm loving the structure that I've kind of coined here. I think this is the way to go. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll talk soon. Peace.